Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, here's Rudolph going up top. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick, and I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, right at the 30. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Here we go, fellas.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Hauling it in, the rookie tight end from Indiana, Ian Thomas. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because Most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
Now Newton on first down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Cam, option left. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. A shotgun snap for Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Gano's kick is right through. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's brought down after a good gain. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue landing. Blue landing. Detroit.
Now Rudolph. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. He gets away from one. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Newton on 3rd down. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther 1st down.
Come on now.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to wind up in air. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now, Barney!
First carry for James Conner, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Rudolph looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a loose football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Hot!
Rudolph following the fumble recovery. The 20! James has it. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And that one results in 35 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11th.
Here we go now!
Now it's Conner. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Here's Conner. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2.
Here we go.
Left, and holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Here's Newton now on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
The Panthers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Newton. Caught left side by Funchess. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And now running right through it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
We saw it at Stanford. It does not surprise me to see it here in the NFL as well. This is one elusive young man.
He set the NCAA record in 2015, 3,864 all-purpose yards.
Listen, after watching that move, I just called for the trainer. I think I pulled a hammy just watching it.
Newton on first down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing is Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now it's Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after them one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Newton. And that's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Gano's kick is right through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Steelers. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Detroit! Detroit! 3-19.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Hot! Hot!
Connor. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Throw left side complete. That's McKenzie. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They run with Connor. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Here's Rudolph. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. K'Wan Short with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
On first down, it's Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Yeah, baby.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. On 2nd down, here's Newton. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Newton now 9 of 17 through the air. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Come on, come on, come on.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 50, Newton. He's got Smith here. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
20.
Again, Newton. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Out of the gun, Newton. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he quickly clocks. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Finding room inside the 40. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
That is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Rudolph on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down. Now Rudolph. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Steelers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Rudolph. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And they'll go on the ground. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Rudolph. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Detroit! Detroit! Set!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. From the red zone now, Rudolph. This is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jesse James, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. The Steelers going for 2. If you peek back to 2017, they were 2 for 4 on 2-point conversions. Rudolph. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2. Yeah. Right? So field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Carolina getting set to take the field. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go, fellas.
Here's Newton now on second down. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Tackle made there by Mike Adams, a strong safety. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's Rudolph now on second down. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jesse James with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 8. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to cut it back right. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there from McCaffrey. 62 yards on the ground. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run. Anderson. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
How about the defense not hanging their heads from the previous play where they were beat for a big run, came back on the very next down and made a play defensively that was to their credit.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. And Gano's kick is right through. But hold everything here. They might have hit the kicker. And if they did, that'll be a 1st down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
The drive will start with Connor. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
He's going deep for Brown. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Stephon Tuitt. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, here's Newton. Funches has it complete. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
To throw on 2nd down. Newton escapes the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. T.J. Watt in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken at the 18. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Hurry up, here we go!
They start with a give to counter. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Again, it's counter. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Crash, crash, crash! Crash! Run, 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 run! Yeah, baby! Boom!
And the Steelers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the Steelers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, boys, go 4 down. Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! Hurry!
Back to throw, Rudolph. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A big 30-yard play on third.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Rudolph now to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Newton. He hits more on the screen. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Over the middle to Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now a first down throw for Newton. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They will throw it here with Rudolph. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now it's Rudolph. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Steelers, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Panthers,